What's up, guys? I'm Mike Knowles. You might remember back earlier this year when we told you guys about World War B, also known as the Northern War in EVE Online, and the giant intergalactic conflict that was coming with it. Well, you might be interested in knowing the fallout from CSGO gambling might now be rebalancing the power structure in EVE Online. So let's start catching you up with what happened with that war to begin with. After what ended up being a few decisive battles instead of major grinds over territories, the Money Badger Coalition, or the MBC, had successfully liberated areas previously controlled by the Imperium in the north of the map. Their forces have now started to take root in those areas, and for the first time in a while, the player map indicates numerous different forces controlling that area that had for a long time been one solid color thanks to Imperium control only. Now, this outcome has happened for two main reasons. The first is that the Imperiums have been claiming they've been using a strategy called the Fabian strategy, made very famous by the Roman Empire. Because all in-game ammunition, ships, and resources for the war have to be generated by players and thus takes playtime, they really didn't want the grindy battles where their resources might at some point deplete and then be overrun by other people joining the Money Badgers to then out-resource them. Instead, they valued retreat and the preservations of their war chests to then instead take back their territory at a later date and steamroll through when the Money Badger Coalition was more fractured. One of the other reasons is the way in which the Money Badgers funded this whole crusade. One of their biggest partners, the I-1ISK, or as we'll refer to them, the IWI, set up a casino in and out of game in which players could gamble resources and in-game items. The Money Badger Coalition players would then bet items to try to multiply the resources they had, and the IWI would then take extra resources made in profit from the casino and put it into the war fund. In response to finding this out, the leader of the Imperium had some choice words to say on the subject. And while some players take this as a little bit salty as it was helping to fuel a war that was actually taking back territory he's controlled for years, he does make some good points. His statement when he found out about this whole casino thing was as such. A casino is something that exists completely outside of the game. The vast pool of its funding comes from people who are addicts, so the only counter to this process is to create your own casino. In terms of play and counterplay, you essentially have an arms race of entities within EVE and within other games that have potentially similar issues to find and exploit as many people who suffer from gambling addiction as possible in order to counteract this unattackable source of funding. This source of funding brings us to today's story. EVE's developer CCP has rolled out some new and licensed user agreements because they are still going free to play and thus you need to change up some of the legality stuff. And it is, mostly the same stuff that was there before, but one of the few changes is this little quote right here, which might throw a wrench into their plans. You may not use, transfer, or assign any game assets for games of chance operated by third parties. Now, obviously this is a hit. You may just be thinking, well, they can just, finish up their operation and clear out before November 8th when this update goes into effect. In reality, it's much, much worse for the Money Badgers, specifically their partner IWI. IWI, along with another gambling group, have been targeted by CCP after an investigation of theirs has found that they have been involved with, quote, large-scale real money trading, or selling in-game currency and items for real-world cash. In response to this, they've taken all of the assets belonging to IWI and people involved with running the casino and just taken them. They're gone. Like, they are gone. Nowhere to be accessed by them or their allies, the Money Badgers. In response, IWI has released the following statement. We are working hard to recover our accounts as well as your ISK. You might also want to try asking CCP for your ISK back to see how quickly they deny you. We are being falsely accused of real money trading, and if we cannot recover your ISK for you, we will pursue this legally as we have already found grounds. So yeah, this is crazy and really bad for the Money Badgers. I mean, not only is their biggest backer just gone, so no more future revenue, but anything they were committing to the cause that was still under the IWI's possessions is just gone. That's like if the Revolutionary War happened and before the war was actually totally over, France just disappeared and the US was completely alone again. It's pretty crazy if you're someone involved with this, so I'm praying for you. I mean, if I'm leading the Imperium, this is the moment I'm ready to break out that war chest I was saving and just steamroll right through and take back all my territories. What do you guys think about all this? Is it really fair they get all their assets taken, especially before the actual user license agreement has been updated? They're playing before actually agreeing to this, so there's this weird gray area there. Although, if there's already a part of it that says they can't do real world money transactions, then of course that's a problem. I mean, it's all CSGO gambling Fallout, as we know. And what do you guys think about how this will affect overall Galactic Combat in EVE? If you guys know anything about that, let us know in the comment section down below. As always, guys, subscribe for more great daily content or check out another video, and we'll see you guys later. So all these people, whole line right here, in line for Comic-Con, my people, can't go, couldn't get a badge. So sad. Tears.